Anytime you're ready, ah.
No,
Okay,
ready na.
You have an opening statement? Okay.
Shall we start?
Yes,
Sir. Our friends from the media, first of all, Happy New Year. And thank you for joining us here today on an otherwise slow day. Siyempre, from a safety and security perspective, we hope that it remains a slow day. Pero siyempre, from a news perspective, a slow day is a bad news day. But anyway, we are here again, the Saturday group, because we'd like to tackle some issues which, fortunately for the Philippines, we will be tackling very early. Some view it as challenges, but in the case of those of us in government, we'd like to view them as distinct opportunities to showcase not only our abilities but also our ability to come together and unify to tackle these challenges. We'd like, fortunately for the Philippines, like I said, we are afforded the opportunity to start on a blessed note. So on that note, we are open to discussions with regard to the security preparations for the papal visit, the upcoming APEC summit. We also have the upcoming vote on the Bangsamoro Basic Law this March, as well as the supposed effort to resume the peace talks with the left. There is still that controversy, of course, about the leadership of the Philippine National Police, and of course, another agency in the hot seat is the Bureau of Corrections, with all that it's happening among its high-profile inmates. We'd like to say that in other parts of the country, they are not as fortunate, and we have seen the events of late in Paris. But right now what they're saying is, after what happened in the 3 days of terror, Paris is now the capital of the world. But we'd like to learn a few things about what happened there in terms of the security aspect, so we can discuss that as well. So with that as our opening, we'd like to open the floor now to questions. And we'd like to direct the mic to Congressman Leopoldo Batawil to lead us off on the discussion regarding the papal visit.
Well, yes, thank you very much, Congressman Ace, and my special greetings to my colleagues on this very beautiful January 12, 2015 historic day, because we just came from the Vindi Honor in Malacanang, where we had pleasantries with our fellow congressmen and congresswomen and some senators and some dignitaries. And it is very timely that we talk about the papal visit, because in a few days from now, we will have the opportunity to host this very important visit of Pope Francis. In fact, early today, I had a chance to talk with the officer in charge of the Philippine National Police, General Espina, and also the Director for Operations, as far as the level of preparation, security preparations for the papal visit is concerned. And they informed us that the safe papal visit 2015 is in place with all agencies of government on the verge of doing their finishing touches. And for us, congressmen, we are fully supportive of these duties and responsibilities and initiatives of the executive branch. And they are looking at the area and road security in all places of engagement. And I had a chance also to see for myself the venue here in the grandstand, and everything is in order, and at the height of their finishing touches. I can see a repeat of the Black Nazarene convergence of people for this papal visit, not only here in Metro Manila, but most especially in Tacloban City. And I had a personal chance to visit Rome in April 25 of last year, and I saw how they manage security preparations and convergence of people during the canonization of Pope John Paul. And I can see a repeat of that kind of convergence of people in all of these places of engagement here in the Philippines. So we are helping the executive branch on the matter of asking our people to help all agencies of government, most especially the security forces, in ensuring a very successful, peaceful, orderly, and memorable visit of the Pope. Thank you. And if there are any questions on this matter, we'll be willing to answer.
Any threats so far monitored, sir?
Well, according to the agencies concerned, there is no specific threat. They are working on general situations, and various agencies of government are particularly are coordinating on the matter on how to address these particular general concerns. Unless there are some additional information from my colleagues. Sir? Yeah. Okay, sir.
Sir, I'm sorry. What do you mean by general concerns?
Well,
what specific? Crowd control? Ano ba?
Well, concerns on crowd control, possible stampede as a result of some overcharged desire of some people to meet the Pope. So these are the things that we would like the security forces and all people for that matter to work on. There is a call for that matter from all concerned, particularly the security agencies, for a call for all people to get involved by way of, in case lang, if they see anything unusual or untoward that might disrupt the orderly and peaceful proceedings, they should immediately report or say something to the authorities or do something. Kagad. They can already do some interventions on the ground. And that is the rightful thing to do under these circumstances. Kasi kung in a big crowd like that, talagang yung mga security forces are spread all over, at in your vicinity, mayroong possible na problema or threat. So syempre, if the people can already do something about it, ay maganda kung they can already act on it, or pacify, or keep the people calm, and or neutralize the threat within their levels. So that's the best situation that can happen. Yes.
May I just add something to that? I think one of the concerns that our security authorities, including that of the counterpart security agency, is of course Vatican, is the sort of non-adherence of the Pope Francis to strict security protocols. So, of course, naturally, this is something that would be considered a challenge as far as VIP protection is concerned. Because normally, a head of state would adhere to a security protocol being adopted by the host country. Of course, And the host country will also consider certain protocol brought in by the visiting country, the dignitary. So, but in this case, we know for a fact that Pope Francis, in an experience in his say visit in Brazil, would really bring something that is different, not normal to what has been a practice in terms of covering a very important person, especially heads of state. So that is one consideration that our security task force is considering. And first, of course, when the Pope doesn't require a bulletproof vehicle, that is a challenge by itself. And then secondly, when he wants to mingle with the crowd, stop at during a procession, that's something that would really bring forth into the security measure certain challenges. So I'm in our latest discussion with the officer in charge of the Philippine National Police as well as the Defense Department. They have actually covered that. And then secondly, which we asked them to do in also with the cooperation of the media, is to tell the public to help, because in this particular situation, we need everybody's help. We need the public to be vigilant, and not only being vigilant, but be prepared to take action. Like if they see something, they have to report this to authorities. Or if they can manage the situation, then our security forces should tell our public, our community members, what they can do under these circumstances. Okay? We need everybody's help. This is a very important event for our country, for our people. We are a Catholic, we are a Christian country, and we place high regard. We value the Pope's visit, and of course we don't want something to happen to him while he is officially on a visit to our country. So I believe that we have to help each other, the media. This is also a call to the media to help by telling the public to help in their own meaningful way. So I guess we need to tell the public that under these circumstances, they can be a potent force in ensuring that the life, the safety of our beloved Pope will not only be in the hands of God, but surely, as God would have wanted for His representative here on earth, to be safe with the help of our people, with the help of our country.
Sir, bilang mga dating nasa enforcement units kayo, how do you find the security preparations for the papal visit? Considering yung pagbabawal na magdala ng payong, ng backpack, at ngayon magdala rin yung Coast Guard ng oil spill boom sa may Quirino Grandstand para pagbawalan yung mga bangka na makalat during the
Well, we have been into this kind of operation before, VIP protection, especially intended for the safety and security of course, the principal, as well as the people, our countrymen. So, this has become parang a standard operating procedure. Like for instance, as you said, normally in the place of engagement, hindi basta-basta pinapapasok yung mga bangka, mga unauthorized within a certain radius. They have also, I think, adopted a no-fly zone, which is an SOP as far as VIP protection is concerned. Now, with respect to specifics, like for instance, prohibiting backpack, I think that was clarified by no less than the officer in charge during his interview this morning, na wala namang pagbabawal. They are just recommending that those who are going to bring or use bags, if possible, it should be the see-through, yung transparent bags. But it was clarified na hindi naman ipinagbabawal. Okay? So, I think what we need to do is for people to really cooperate. Okay? This is not something that will actually be a, something that affects the rights of people to, to do something as they please. No? But I think the consideration is for people to really cooperate, because I believe we all want the Pope to be safe while he is here in our country.
So hindi exaggerated, sir, yung
Well, hindi naman exaggerated. If you really prohibit, I think that's one. That's an exaggeration. But if you ask, you appeal to people to help by means of carrying out certain acts that will help out the security forces, help out everybody, provide a safe occasion for our Pope, then I don't think it's exaggerated.
So meaning, sir, normal lang naman yung standard operating procedures sa protocol when it comes to security measures po sa table visit.
Right. These are SOPs. These are all exercises adopted from the experience of security forces all around the world providing such kind of security. In fact, the model or the template that our security forces are now using is the one that was used during the last papal visit in South America. So of course, they also give certain adjustments or flexibility to allow, yung cultural considerations, sensitivities. So I think by and large, what we're seeing now, because right now meron mga tinatawag na dry runs, we've been doing this before. Of course, we will feel a little bit inconvenienced by the traffic created by dry runs like this, but again, it goes without saying that we have to ask people to really be understanding at this time, because we need to ensure that there are sufficient acts or activities that we ensure the protection of our Pope.
Any inputs or suggestions on your part when you talk to the security officials? Yung mga suggestions mo ba?
Yeah, kanina, of course, these are only suggestions that comes out of informal meetings, with the PNP and Armed Forces personnel. Kaya kanina, pag-usapan, kasi yung kaiba-iba itong Pope natin. So, kinakailangan talaga na lahat tumulong. Hindi ito kamukha ng isang head of state, na talagang they adhere to security protocol. Kung ano yung sinasabi ng host country, they usually adopt it, including all the restrictions, including the use of bulletproof vehicles, things like that. But here it's quite different. So ang nabanggit natin kanina, o na imungkahi natin kanina, ay yung sa pamagitan ng media, sa tulong ng ating media, masabihan yung mga mamayang Pilipino kung ano ang kanilang pwedeng gawin. Because we really need to help each other. So people, sometimes hindi nila alam anong gagawin nila, di ba? Kaya kinakailangan we have to reach out to them and tell them, sa pagkakataon ito, ano ba ang pwedeng gawin ng isang Pinoy, isang citizen, para naman makatulong sa pag-protect o bibigyan ng protection sa ating mga nakaka. So yun yung minungkahi natin kanina. Sabi naman, yes, they've been doing this, and they will still use the remaining days and time to really make it more specific kung ano ang pwedeng gawin ng ating mamamayan. Kaya tandaan ko yung aming pinaka-senior.
Magandang hapon po sa atin lahat. To sum up what my colleagues have stated, in other words, the safety of the Pope and the people would be non-negotiable. For the security forces, what is needed is that they should beef up their intelligence operations. The second one is to see to it that their physical security operations plan should be followed to the letter, and that, as my colleague Cong.Samuel stated, the cooperation of the people is of paramount importance. Kailangan namin yung tulong ng media dyan. In the visit of the last Pope who visited our country, 1995, may mga informants na nag-provide ng information noon. I was then with NCRCIS nung nangyari na. And there were informants who provided the security forces information on the threats to the dignitary who visited us during that time. So ito po ang importante. Yung intelligence operations nila should be beefed up, focus doon sa safety ng Pope at saka yung tao. The second one is SOP naman na yung mga security forces, meron silang physical security operations plan palagi. This should be followed to the letter. And then the cooperation of the people must be subscribed to with the help of media. Yun po. Why? Because the safety of the Pope and the people could not be negotiable. It should not be compromised. Otherwise, it would be not only the laughing stock of the whole world, tayo masisisitin dito sa Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.
If there are no more questions with regard to the papal visit, Congressman Sampangila will lead us off on a related development also, which kicked off December 1st of last year, but will be ongoing beginning just this January until its culminating activity this November 2015. And of course, I'm referring to the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. Congressman Magdalo, sir.
Thank you. This is another opportunity for our country to showcase economic development. And of course, our peace and order situation. These are big events. And well, as far as security is concerned, I believe that coming coming after two big events, which are actually security events, I believe the security forces government will be able to handle the APEC conference sometime in November this year. There were already preliminary activities carried out, and we have seen how government was able to respond to be flexible about certain situations. Like for instance, dapat sa Bicol ang mga preliminary meetings, but because of the typhoon, they were able to make immediate adjustments. If you remember, during the ASEAN conference held several years ago in Cebu, di ba, dahil sa